welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited to share this month with you guys because I really thought it turned out very nice. Although it may look detailed and time consuming, it really was not. And that's the fun thing that I really liked about it, because like it took me time, but not a lot of time, not as much time as you would think. Like if I was to watch this video on YouTube, I would be like, oh my goodness, that must have took forever, but really it did not. And I was super excited with how it turned out. As you can see, I went for a flowered theme. I had a lot of comments, which I very much appreciate you guys for commenting on my last video. And anyways, I got a lot of comments that was talking about how I asked what would be a good theme idea for March, and people gave me ideas like, you know, plants and little gnomes and flowers, and I kind of combined all that into one, which I thought turned out very nice, because this kind of turned into like a little gardening theme, and it's very springy and cheerful, and I'm just really pleased with the way it turned out. Again, I thank you guys so much for helping me with decide this, because otherwise I would have had a very tough time deciding what to do for the month of March. I liked how I tried to do something that wasn't, you know, very common. I know there is a lot of flowered bullet journal spreads, you know, that people use, but I felt like this was kind of different because I included some little jonquils or Easter lilies, if that's what you call them, and then just these little other lily flowery flowers, you know, just kind of elegant and pretty. And then I think the one in what I'm coloring right now is maybe a dogwood. That kind of is what it looks like to me. I don't know. Anyways, I just chose some little flowers. I looked at some ideas off of Pinterest and kind of just put them in my journal, and I think it all came together in the end. For the month of March, I have chosen a verse that kind of went along with the flowery, springy, gardeny type of theme that I went for, and it says, it's not important who does the planting or who does the watering. What's important is that God makes the seed grow. And that's 1 Corinthians 3:1. And I think that's just so cool, how like we can go and tell, but you know, we need to be God's servants, and He's the one that works through us, which I think is just goes along with the month of March. As you can see, I added a little cute gnome in the left hand side on the bottom, and I used kind of the same colors throughout the theme for this month, and I kind of chose more pastel colors. All of the colors I actually used for this month are my Tombow Dual brush pens, but really you could grab whatever colored marker that you wanted. I mean, this theme could go for like anything, and it doesn't have to be some special pen that you use either. It could just be a random marker that you have laying around. And really it was so fun to color in these flowers, because I didn't really even like color them in. It was just kind of like I added color where I thought it would look good, you know. And so like towards the middle of the flowers, I added some darker colors, and then towards the outer petals of the flowers, I kind of went lighter. And I just kind of think adding little splotches of color here and there really just brought everything together, because I didn't necessarily want to go crazy with color for this month. And so I almost made it into like a watercolor effect by adding the different colors, the different shades of colors just here and there. And I think that's what made me really enjoy this theme, is because, you know, I didn't really have a plan for what I wanted to color the flowers, and I just used the same colors, the same color combinations throughout the spread, like I said. And, you know, I just added color here and there, and I was done. And I think in the end it really paid off in the way of time, and, you know, I mean, it's fun to look at too. So this is the main monthly calendar that I always do in my spreads. It's the same as always, except I decided to, I actually decided to go with like separate each day into boxes rather than the large all one calendar thing. And so I kind of went with the boxes because I do like to switch stuff up in my bullet journal. And I felt like this was a fun way to switch up the month of March because, as you can see, I added like boxed headers throughout the spread as well. So I think the boxed calendar also went along with that. And as you can see, what I'm doing right now, I've loved doing this in the past, in my past bullet journals, and like I'll just outline, or I'll like draw out a line of where I'll do like the doodles, and like I'll have a line of dot grids that I'll stop at, so it almost makes like a rectangle, you know, of what my doodles are in, and so it almost looks like a bookmark to me. And I like the crisp edges of, you know, the drawings and things like that. So I thought the boxed, you know, the boxed look of everything on the monthly calendar really all came together. And now we're moving on to the habits tracker spread. So actually, I don't know if many of y'all have been with me for my videos, but last month I completely forgot about a habits tracker spread, and I actually use this spread a lot, and I was looking back and I was like, where's my habit tracker? So I was like, how could I forget that? So in this month I made sure to add it in my theme for this month, and I did it kind of differently. Usually I did individual little calendars that looked like the calendar on the main calendar, you know, that I did before, but instead I kind of went with like the rectangle look again to just add to the aesthetic of what I had planned for this theme. I think adding the little colors inside the where I'll write down my habits was just a fun little extra touch. I also included a to-do list and a task list for this month. So for the to-dos, those will probably be for like individual days. I don't usually add weeklies in my bullet journal just because I actually do a happy planner as well. So all of my weeklies go in my happy planner. So I'll probably use this to do for like little random things that I want to get done. And then the tasks, I think, will almost serve as goals that I want to do. So just to clarify, to do and tasks, I feel like are a bit different, and I guess tasks are like the whole month, and then to do is just random things I want to get done. Maybe week by week. I don't know. We'll have to see. I added a little gnome again. He popped back up. He's holding a little flower, and I think it was a good way to add the flowers and the gnome together. My expense tracker looks pretty much the same as my last few spreads. I just have a description of what I buy during the month, and then the day I bought it, and then the amount that it costs. And this actually really helps because I think I'm more of a spender than a saver, which is not something that I am too proud of. And having an expense tracker and adding it into my bullet journal really helps me just watch what I buy and, you know, how much I buy during the month. So moving on to my gratitude log, this is pretty much the same as my past few spreads, except this time I decided to add a little, you know, initial of the day of the week that the actual date corresponds with, and I think that just kind of makes it more, I don't know, professional or something. I don't really know, but I've seen other people do it, and so I decided to add it in this month, and I think it looks pretty cute. I went ahead and started designing my content spread for this month because the middle bouquet of flowers kind of goes onto both pages. So I decided to do that at the end. But my content page is pretty much the same as my past ones, except, you know, I do switch up things here and there just to kind of give myself something different to look at. And, you know, I think it's more fun to just experience different things throughout my journal. I don't know. Anyways, I have a video ideas section and then a subscriber count. Whatever I have, however many subscribers I have at the end of February, I will write down as the starting point and then have a goal from there. And then I have a goals section at the end. And then I have over to the left hand side, I just have all the days of the month listed out so that I will be able to plan day by day of what I want to do and when I want to get stuff done. So I just want to mention that last month you guys totally exceeded my expectations for the sub count, and I just want to thank you all so much for that. Let's do the same for this month and just go month by month. But again, I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!